welcome to Modern Nadia's Boudoir of Fortune. It's a wonderful night and I'm excited to present you the case we're going to be looking at tonight. My client's name is Katie. She's a Virgo and she's 25, and she is interested to see if she'll ever get married. And if she is getting married, is that going to be happening anytime soon? Katie had a lot of ups and downs and relationships that didn't really work out, and now she's ready for motherhood, for marriage, for something stable. Also, Katie is about to travel to Las Vegas to meet her ex-lover, and she wants to know how that is going to go. We're going to be using several methods of divination, playing cards, the Lenormand, and the tarot. So let's go to the table. Today I'm doing a special marriage spread which will answer Katie's main questions. I learned the spread from another YouTuber. Her name is Evgenia Taro or Eugenia C, and she is a Russian YouTuber and she has a great channel which I link below. For this spread we'll be using a regular deck of 52 playing cards. So let's shuffle the cards and pick a significator. In this case, I'm picking the Queen of Spades because Katie is Virgo and I consider spades to be an earth sign or an earth element. In this spread, we're going to lay out the first 20 cards that come up after we cut the deck. And we're hoping to see the Queen of Spades there. Great! The Queen of Spades is here, which tells me that Katie will indeed get married sooner rather than later. And by sooner, I mean in a couple of years as opposed to in 10 years. In this case, we didn't have any kings in the 20 cards, but there's a couple of jacks. And I'm mainly interested in the Jack of Spades because the Jack of Diamonds seems to me like expectations and hopes as opposed to a real person, but that Jack of Spades feels to me like a potential partner. So now, after we saw that Katie will indeed get married, let's check how soon that is gonna happen. What I'm doing is I'm reshuffling the group of 20 cards that we looked at before. I'm going to divide these 20 cards into 5 groups. And I'm going to see where the Queen of Spades falls, which will tell me how long is it going to take for her to get married. Okay, let's see where we're going to find that Queen of Spades. Oh wow, this is awesome. We found Katie in the first pile, which means that she's going to get married within 1 to 2 years. And look who's by the Queen of Spades. The loyal Jack of Spades right there. This is the fella that she is going to get married to. So here is the second part of the reading. And for this, I'm using 3 different decks. I'm using one card from the Victorian Flower Oracle that gives me a little bit of sort of a central feel and advice. And then I'm using the Victorian Romantic Tarot and Lenormand, the French cartomancy deck. What I'm doing here is an astrological spread. It's a spread that I absolutely love and have been doing for a long time. A new thing that I recently learned from, he goes by NDBC and he has a great blog on cartomancy, to which I link below, and he adds the Lenormand to the mix and I find it pretty cool, so I decided to play with that. And in this part of our work tonight, we're gonna look at Katie's upcoming trip to Las Vegas to see an ex-boyfriend because she wanted to know what's gonna come up. The cool thing about this specific spread is it really looks at every aspect of a client's life. For the sake of time, and frankly, because this is not a paid reading, I'm going to look only at the relationship part of it. I'm gonna start at the first house, which represents Katie. It showed up as the Fool, which tells me that it's a new cycle for her and she's definitely ready for a change. She might appear like a happy-go-lucky kind of girl, even though her intentions might be, in a sense, different, like her desire for committed relationship. Also, right there by the Fool, the Clover card with lilies. She is excited about the physical relationship. There is definitely attraction there. In the seventh house of partners, we see the Ace of Wands. Indeed, there is an ignition of desire, a rekindling of a romance. But there is a ladder and a fox right there. There are messages of deception. Katie, your ex is not telling you everything. So because I see that there is some sort of deception here, I'm also going to look at the fifth house, the house of physical relationships. The Six of Wands there tells me that there is definitely a lot of physical compatibility between the two of you. That book and the cross tell me that there is a big secret. Actually, things are not as they seem. Something that when you're gonna discover it is gonna make you upset. It's gonna take away from your hopes and from your enjoyment. The Victorian flower oracle showed up as Lady Hemlock. She talks about treachery and deception, and she is the one that is going to give us the final advice. And she is again warning you, Katie, against deception. Things are not as they seem. But she also tells me that there has been a lot of pain in your past because of previous treachery, because a bad relationship and a bad boyfriend and a bad breakup. You went on a series of breakups where you wanted to hurt them because you were hurt. So Lady Hemlock reminds you to be careful and to work on personal healing before you open yourself truly for a relationship that could sustain itself for a lifetime. Because without that internal healing, you will just repeat the karma and the cycle of treachery and deception. You inflict pain on other people, and then in turn, other partners inflict pain on you. Be ready to see things as they truly are. And please do protect yourself physically and emotionally. Thank you so much for hanging out with me in my parlor tonight, and I hope to see you here again soon. Good night, everybody.